Hey gang, happy 11-11-22. What a number, isn't it? Whew. I don't know what it is, but today the energy was just like so many things just didn't go the way it's supposed to have gone. Like today I was supposed to go out to the North Shore, but it just didn't go that way. And then it was supposed to do this other thing and it didn't go this way. And I keep on calling all these places and they weren't open. And then I realized, oh my God, today is Veterans Day. And it made me think that the way this year has the dates and the way it's aligned, it's very interesting. And so this time of the year, and it's usually 1-1, November 11th, but this year it falls on 2-2. And this is the time where really it gives you, 11-11 gives you a very thin layer between you and what's out there, the universe. And some people's like, what is she talking about? Well, wake up, people. There is this thing called the universe. And this thing called energy and vibration. And I don't do tarot cards. I don't read tarot cards. I have no idea what it is. I don't really do astrology. That's not my thing. I don't do feng shui. And I don't do a lot of these things that uses. I just really use this thing of what's out here, what's natural, you know? And these are the things that I'm very keen and aware of. I mean, for some reason, I have not gone to a local dog show in Hawaii for about a decade, but I just went there, and for some reason, I'm sitting over there watching the clouds and watching, you know, this one butterfly flying. I was just saying that. And my girlfriend's like, oh yeah. And the other girl was like, what are you guys are on? It's not like what you're on. It's really understanding and seeing these things because I work out in a garden every single day. And so I usually watch these things, which really makes me in tune with my healing. Because like everyone knows, I do conquest, which I heal dogs from the inside out. And when some of these things, as we all became so smart about, is airborne. And lo and behold, that wave of things and whatever that was on the ground, which was pretty much burnt out, which is burnt like that is usually used with pesticide and chemicals. That's when the earth is going to start bringing up all these things. And I started to get very itchy right over here. And sure enough, I was under the tent talking to, you know, Rilla Pang, which I known her for, gosh, I don't know how long. She does obedience and things like that. Anyway, so she was out there, and so many dogs were scratched out, and so many dogs were not doing the way they're supposed to have done at that show. So luckily, I had my conquest, you know, 2 ounce that I, you know, get, you know, to give people, and you can also do the challenge. That's online at conquestchannel.com and do the shampoo challenge. And lo and behold, it was very interesting that a lot of these dogs were, you know, was either excused or scratched out or things because they were feeling it and they were not doing well at the show, which they usually do, which I heard. And so I gave, you know, to my former manager of my store, and she was just kind of like shocked and surprised that I came back. And to make a long story short, fast forward, you know, we last week we had like a great session where her dog came, and you know, we took it out and we figured out what was going on. And so, you know, a lot of these things really comes down to environmental things, which I've been studying about. And so when I do things with either the moon, is because of the effect that it has within the earth and the universe and everything else that we live here on Mother Earth. And so that's what I read through when I do my session. And I really come up with things that it's really attracts through I'm a Sigma empath, which means that I'm very deeply connected to a lot of senses. And sometimes it scared people, and sometimes it makes people give closures or give them the aha moment. And so it's really how they place themselves on the earth. You know, and most of the time people have very good energy where we want to attract and take out all that unnecessary things. And this is when 11/11 comes every year. But this year it's super strong. And we call it the chakra opening, or the third eye opening, or some of us who are very deeply connected to this energy, we get this huge awakening. And when this huge awakening happens, a lot of things becomes discorded, which means we cut the cord on so many things that no longer serves us. As we said it in the full moon that happened is when it activates it exactly 3 days later. That's why it's very interesting on how a lot of these things are happening back to back to back. Because on the 8th was a full moon, and also the election. And so a lot of these things that we're going to start to see that's going to be discorded, whether it's politics, whether it's the government, whether it's straight across financial. There is going to be a lot of wars, meaning whether it's, we have to watch out for the oil that's coming throughout the world. That's going to be coming to world crisis, because before there used to be a very watchful eyes that was watching all of this. And that discorded and went to another world. So now we have a lot of strong arm family out in the Middle East, in a UAE, who is now going to be in a lot of control. So those people that had some involvement with a lot of things, there's going to be a lot of chaoses happening on that spectrum. There's going to be a lot of chaos straight across the board, whether it's politics, whether it's in the United States, whether it's in Brazil, and so forth. And so these are the kind of things that's very, very strong that's coming up. And us as human don't really invest your time and energy unless you're really into it, and you'll fall right through it. You know, be keen to your surrounding, but really that energy that really rocked us in 2020, this is going to be very magnifying. When you start to look at people, okay, you can already sense their difference in their face, in their gesture, in their action. They will pick up things that's very minute and turn that into a negative, evil things for some reason, because they just don't like it. I don't know. I mean, I had people writing hashtag beat Monica. Beat Monica for what? They just didn't like the thought that I walk a lot, because I have a dog and I walk it 4 times a day, and they think I'm faking it. Or, I go work out at the gym and I do 30 minutes of cardio. I mean, I'm really worked it this past, years, and it really makes me feel good. It makes me feel strong. It's not about how much weight I lose. That happens later on. And so these are the things that we prepare ourselves to be really healthy. And I've seen a lot of people, whether they have taken the shot or not taken the shot, more people are getting sick that has taken the shot, which is absolutely what's happening, because that's going to start to be a huge thing when it comes to medicine. There is like a huge red light of that, and I've been preaching about this. Whether you have taken or not taken the shot, that's not the subject over here. The subject is already done it. It's already dead and done, and it's already started to work into your system. So more people, like I mentioned in my other YouTube videos, and if you keep track on my new moon and full moon and these little episodes like this, where I talk about deep into it, because this is when I get to meditate deeply and I get information from the sources. And when we say sources, it's some people name them. It's just, I get a lot of people that comes and talk to me. I mean, Jesus, you can ask my clients sometimes, when a lot of them just comes in knocking into the door and they give you information. And so a lot of times some people are able to accept that and able to bring in and just be the conduit and the medium when that happens. And because I speak many different languages, many different sources are informing and saying many things when I go into that that place. And so it takes a while to do all of these things, and it has nothing to do with that person personally. Sorry, it's not about this. It happens as a collective energy of when things happen. Okay, so when people take it the negative way, they have a deep-rooted negative problem. Has nothing to do with me. It's like how my breeder was saying about they don't cut the nails, and then later on the toes of the dog become splayed, and they start blaming the breed or the breeder, or something's wrong. Of course, obviously, people, if you don't cut the nails, then you're gonna have a very difficult time. You see people with like 2 feet nails, they can't even pick up things. It's the same thing, and then later on, what's gonna happen is they're gonna have very splayed fingers and toes. And so these things have chemicals. These things have things that is gonna start to eradicate in you, which are things of substance. I used to do it before. I don't do it anymore, because I start to feel it, and the best thing is to make my fingernails strong is do the garden, pull weeds, dig some dirt from underneath. That's how you get, that energy, that feel, that vibration. Is not all these other things that I don't know. Anyways, going back to what it is that, we feel that when you're going through this, and it started back, and I'm talking to people who are experiencing this. You're not alone. It is a phase where you are going through transition. You can hear things ringing. You feel throwing up. I even had to go to the ER and get a MR scan, and they end up giving me somebody's ankle, somebody's foot. I still have to go down to get my scan of my brains that happened. And so you get this headaches, you feel like you're going through some kind of a vortex. You feel like an up and down. Well, that's what's happening. And now, Lily, I feel better, but it feels like today was like you're floating, and wherever you turn, you're not supposed to like really go out. You're just supposed to just stay within and cleanse things that you need to do. And that's what it is all about. And, you know, which is, they say 11:11, which is the gateway. And it's the start of really this adventure of what awaits us. I mean, we waited for it to finally come 11:22, and this is really the midst of the start. It may not like all of a sudden today's going to change. Today is a day that really is a day to stay grounded. You know, how much time I try to look at my car, I was like, no, I can't. You know, there's things that everywhere you go, it may start to use this different kind of energy. And we have to be very, very, I'll use the word obedient by using our skills of senses. And, you know, we've already have gone through, you know, this pandemic, and we're all already very keen to our surroundings, right? And so we have to use more of these senses. Excuse me, I have to sit this way. I feel much more comfortable sitting this way. And, you know, using this energy, it really helps you develop, like, you know, bringing in the best quality of light within yourself, because you start to feel this channel of opening. And really, today is November 11th, 1122, which is really like a clean slate. They wiped it off. And if you are lucky, and the universe helped you remove some of these people that no longer serves you, you know, you're at a very great start, because really the things that they do, think really, really hard. Who cares what XYZ say that they're such a great person? No, put that all aside and look at the person as an individual and how far they came to be where they are today. Look at how these people treat you. Because the number one hated emotion and passion is called jealousy. And it's a very scary, potent emotion that people put upon other people. You know, you see it every single day that some people can't stand the Kardashians and their significant others, which whether they you know, they call it the Kardashian curse. You know, they change their way of how they do things. I'm just using that as an example. But it's the same as what we have in our everyday life, where something that triggers somebody, even though they didn't do them any bad or anything wrong, they get triggered. Because they get triggered because they want some of your energy, which is called dopamine. And if the way they attack you is to get themselves high for that little stupid thing, whatever they try to do, or try to, you know, make them happy, make them look good, well, and make them look in control, is because they're going after your dopamine. And that dopamine is really your core of your energy, which is your core of your happiness through your heart. And this heart controls the lower, right? And the higher chakra point. And so that energy vibration that they want to take away is really your heart, which is your soul, which is your character, and who maybe they want a piece of. That they see that they can't make themselves because maybe they're not at that point. Maybe they don't know how to get there. Maybe they don't think, you know, a lot of times, and I hear it all the time, oh, look at that yogi. Oh, you know, look at her being too spiritual. It's, what are we doing so bad? It's nothing. Honestly, it's not a religion. It's not a cult. It's not anything. It's focusing on your own self, this string of the way we sit, the way we feel better, the way we feel protected. Because, you know, through doing now, and I feel it, is when we do these videos, whether it's on social media, YouTube, you know, or even how we do our newsletter nowadays, because people don't really read, they rather hear and watch videos. And that is the change of really communication that we are all going through. And communication is really at a forefront where it can go either good or whether it can go bad, and most of all, the truth, which is now coming into the forefront. And which, that's why you watch what's happening with communication, whether it's Twitter with a new purchase of Elon Musk, and how he's changing and firing some people and looking through what they have made and doing all the things that it's his due diligence, but they make it like he's not supposed to be doing that, or he's supposed to be doing that. I don't know. Or look at Facebook. You know, Zuckerberg said sayonara to a whole bunch of people that just started working there, who just came back, some of them from, you know, maternity leave or from this pandemic, and then now they're in this economic crisis with no jobs. And so I said this again and again and again in my other YouTube videos, that these things are going to start to happen because we had that double eclipse, right? The solar eclipse and a lunar eclipse. And when it comes to eclipse season, it comes very, very strong. And then you get it hit with a full moon, and then into the November, which 11/11, which makes a thin layer of how much this energy that comes to us like a boomerang. If you've seen my other videos on Meditation Monday, we talk about very different subject, and we talked about boomerang. And so, you know, don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, because then you can keep up on how, you know, every day is changing, but it's changing that we need to change ourselves. We got to keep up with what's going on, keep healthy, keep strong, and most of all, breathe and stay balanced, stay grounded, because, you know, that crisis when it comes into the financial, you know, besides, I'm going to, like I said, be careful of oil, because there's going to be that big, huge war on that. You know, you got to watch out for the, you know, North Korea, because the sister, she's coming in strong, her energy. Whew. Kim Jong-un's sister, that she's been hiding, but she's been building up that very strong, vital energy. So that we need to look out, because they've been very quiet. Biden, like I said many times, this is not his year, and we have to keep an eye on that. And that's why I said we're going to see a lot more of Obama than where it is. You know, there is a lot of things going on, you know, and so there is that thing where we have to go through, like I said, because if there is a blockage in the heart, like anything else, right? Um, that's where the most potent energy is. And so, like I said, these things, when we say devilish things, when people do little stupid things just to get back at a person or want control or want something what they want but they can't get it. So all of these things are blockage of bad energy. And so what we do is we have to make sure that we turn it around and give that karma, that you don't say I karma you or I wish you bad, because you don't go to that lower level energy then, or have a fight or just do that. Just let it go. Once you let it go, you breathe and just wish them well. Just wish them well, because like I say, if you wish them bad, that karma will switch. If you know how to do that switch, that change of energy, it goes back to them. Or if you feed upon that negative energy, or you feed upon, they always say pick and choose your fight. Really, pick and choose your energy that you want to deal with. Because if it doesn't, like, bother you or have nothing, it's like, oh, well, they're acting stupid, whatever. I wish them well. And that's it. Always wish them good success. Wish them things that you want to come back to you, because it's a boomerang effect. And so that's why we have to really, really stay close and focus, because this is when your third eye, when you open your third eye, you get to target really and have more insight what serves you and what no longer serves you. These are the two key points in moving that chakra, moving that energy, and moving that boomerang of karma back to its place where it goes. And whatever happens to them, they shouldn't have done it in the first place. Why can't it just be nice? Nothing difficult to be nice, my friend. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. I was mean. I did some things, and I wish, some of it I realized, and some of it I had no control of it, and some of it we don't have that control. And we can't blame us because we did that wrong. We did sometimes so wrong of helping people that it gave us that boomerang effect, and it affected us to become into that, because they took away that energy to make them down to that level. No matter how rich they are or how poor they are or what they do, it comes down to how are they really acting as stewards, respective stewards on this earth. And so that's what it really comes down to, is really finding that essential needs of you being on this earth, because we are. The only way we can do it is just, like I said, forgive them, let it go, wish them well, and wish them much success, because that's the power of healing, and that is power of closure, because you don't want them to hurt you anymore. So put it to rest and close it and open it, because once you close it, a new chapter, a new life, a new flow of energy. And you know what? One thing I heard is that the universe or God or your angels will not leave you empty. They'll find you people that will serve you for the betterment of your life. And when that happens, that takes you to the next level, the next energy of life, because these other things that what can they do to you? You moved on. And it was not your fault. It was their fault for being mean, or being ungrateful, or being just catty, or being really, sometimes they ghost you out because they feel, why should I? And they blame you. Blame you for what? You know, so you don't need to go through all of that. You just need to align yourself, center yourself, and making sure yourself is finding that balance of happiness, finding that power of energy, because it's strong. I mean, you know, it's only going to get stronger because we are boosting every day with the energy. Some of us is going through some very hard times because, once again, the health of crisis is on a high rise. A lot of people are getting these conditions with the respiratory. Some people are getting conditioned with their heart. Some people are getting conditioned with, you know, I hate to say, these disease, cancer, these things are on a rise because your body are not functioning after so many. I mean, look at the dogs, for example. If they get over inoculated, they're not going to be balanced. I'm not going to go through that because I'm not, you know, that's not my cup of tea. It's a cup of tea of your choice that you made, and the choice and the consequences that you are going to feel that effect. Is it good? Is it bad? It's how you steer your health, like I told you, right? The 3 things I said on Meditation Monday is really the balance of your health, which is your diet. Make it into a superb diet. Whether you are a vegan or whether you are whatever you are, you know, whether you are a vegetarian, it doesn't matter. Make sure that you eat a healthy way, clean, healthy way of lifestyle. Because that is the one that's going to give you some chemical reaction if you eat too much TV dinner, too much takeout, too much junk food, too much XYZ. You don't know what is in that. Create and use your heart, your soul, and your creativity in cooking. And so the other thing is really seeking out that knowledge. And I started this campaign where I said, I'm going to wake up and say to myself 3 things, which is a reflection of the mirror. And instead, I reached out and I put this app where it says, ask me anything anonymously. And I have no idea who is asking me these questions because I can't see who's asking me these questions. But some of the questions are super cute. And some of the question is, say the 3 things about me. And I was so surprised, and some of the things and the feedback that I got was so beautiful. And those people who are sending it to me in my Instagram anonymously, thank you. Because it gives you this boost up of confidence and how people see you, whether it's the good, whether it's the bad, and whether it's the ugly truth. People see you through their lens. Everyone has different lens. You know, some people call me the GOAT. Thank you. Some people call me smart. Thank you. Some people call me Sush. Some people call me, you know, and I love it. And I keep on coming because I love it, whether it's the truth. And I want to see how people see me, you know, because they said I'm a talkative person. Yes, I am. And so, you know, when I tell people I'm an introvert, they're like, no ways, you're not an introvert. Yes, I am. But I do it where my heart feels good and I can be like this talking away in my chit chat. But anyways, going back to, there's going to be that problems that's going to be, But you know what? If you understand and did your lesson, the answer is going to be a lot faster to go accelerate you to the higher level. And if you use your problems and use it in a bad way and formatting and yelling and screaming and calling everybody name or dummy or stupid and all that negative things, well, your problem is going to get bigger, because the energy, the more you, it's a boomerang effect. The negative you go, the more negative it will become. The positive you go, the more positive it will be, because the vibration is how we embrace it and how we're going to tour this moment of really the outside news is going to be heavy, loud, chaotic. Stay in balance, stay in your lane, stay informed, and really exercise, to your goodness, because like I said, many things are going to change. Really, if you stay positive, guess what? You're only going to go skyrocketing higher and higher and higher, which means a good, better, more enhancement life, more money, more love, and most of all, more happiness from the inside out. So stay tuned for more of Coco Jour. I just wanted to jump in on this November 11th, 2022. I wish you much love and happiness, and most of all, woo, if you feel dizzy, take it easy. And really, it's just, I'm feeling it right now, because I'm letting my source go and breathe. Because, the thing is that we embrace all of these energy. They give me the knowledge, they give me the power, and they gave me a lot of clarity, which I want to just give back to you guys. So stay tuned for more of Coco Jour. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel, as well as all of my social media. And check out my Instagram and put in your 3 words about what you think about me. I want to hear about it. So stay tuned for more of our Meditation Monday. My leg is like, right now is on needles. And these are the things that I expect when I get through this channeling of thoughts and, my angels around me, my guardians that inform me on getting in touch on what life is. And before I was shy, now I'm not. I love it, and here it goes, because I really wish the best for everyone. Embrace it. If you have any kind of mental health issue, mental illness, and you feel that nobody is hearing you or talking with you, listen to my channel. This will help you, give you a lot of relief, because we're all here and we all love and we all care. Don't let the outside world take you. Be strong, be happy, and embrace every day with kindness, gratitude, and most of all, mindfulness. You take care. Have a wonderful November 11, 2022, and the rest of this year. And check us out on Monday, every Monday, for our Meditation Monday. Also for our full moon and new moon. In other words, just subscribe and like us. Aloha!